Welcome everyone. Today we will be discussing about taxonomic categories and hierarchy. We have already discussed about introduction to taxonomy and binomial nomenclature. This is the third video on the classification, and in this video we will be discussing about the hierarchical system. Okay, so our earth is a habitat to millions of species. Okay, new species are being discovered every day, so scientists have put the organisms into hierarchical system, okay, from species to kingdom, which we will be discussing today in detail. So at first, what is classification? So when we group the organism based on the observable characters, easily observable characters, this is called as classification. So for example, plants, animals, flowers, all these are one group. Okay, and this particular group have a particular characteristics. So convenient characteristics helps us to study the organisms. Now, the term given for each of these categories, say for example, apple tree, cats, dogs, neem tree, they all represent one category, a particular category, and each category scientifically can be called as taxa. Okay, so categories can be scientifically called as taxa. So apple tree is a taxa, cats are one taxa, dogs are taxa, neem tree is a taxa. So dogs belong to mammals and all mammals are animals. Okay, so we can say that taxa, dogs, mammals, animals, all are taxa at different levels. So this process of classifying organisms based on different taxa, based on the different and based on their shared characteristics is known as taxonomy. So what is taxonomy? So the organisms classified based on their taxa, based on different taxa, as well as based on their different categories, different shared characteristics is known as taxonomy. So I write this here. So taxonomy here is classifying organisms into different taxa based on their shared characteristics. This is taxonomy. Now coming to systematics. So what is systematics? So scientists are also interested in knowing about the relationship between organisms, the details about the organisms plus the relationship between organisms. So the study of this is known as systematics. So systematics is actually the systematic arrangement of the organism. Nowadays, systematics also include identification, classification, nomenclature, and relationship among organisms. As you can see here in this picture, so there are 7 hierarchical categories. So each step represents a category. Here you can see each step is a category. Each step is a category. Okay, so this taxonomic arrangement is known as taxonomic category. So every step it can be said to be as this can be a rank or category. Okay, rank or category. Now since this is a part of taxonomic arrangement, we can also say it as taxonomic category. Okay, so every step here represents rank or category. And the all category together constitute the hierarchy taxonomic hierarchy. Together they constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. CH5. Now this taxonomic categories or taxonomical hierarchy, it is defined as a sequence of categories in a decreasing or increasing, which is from the highest kingdom to the lowest species. So from the highest kingdom to the lowest species. Now remember one thing for animals instead of, so I start from the species, genus, family, order, class, phylum. In case of animals we use the phylum, in case of plants we use the division. Now trying to understand about the seven categories in detail. Starting with the first one, the lowest, having the lowest rank is a species. So species is an essential unit of classification. The individuals from any animal groups are firmly related, obtained from a typical ancestor, and one very important thing, that the species can interbreed themselves so that their offspring will also be fertile. Okay, the species is the lowest rank in the taxonomical hierarchical system, and the species uh, can interbreed themselves and they produce fertile offsprings. So see here the example, the two species of rhino, white rhino and black rhino, the morphological characters are easily observable. So easily observable morphological characters. You can see here that these white rhino, they are larger than black rhino are smaller, they are the grazers, and the black rhino are the browser. Okay, here the face posture is up downward, and for black rhino the head posture is upward. Okay, so the species, these are the two species of rhino, and you can easily distinguish between the species of rhino based on their easily observable morphological characters. Another, see, you must have seen the different colors of roses in your garden. Okay, so they are the different species of rose. So based on the easily observable characteristics, you can distinguish between different species. Next we come to genus. So the closely related species, when they are grouped together, they come under genus. So the next rank is genus. The genus is when closely related species are grouped together, they forms a genus. Okay, now we can see here in this example, for plants, see the ficus, the banyan tree and the peepal tree, they closely resemble each other. Okay, so they are different species. Okay, they are the different species, but they share some common characteristics, so they are grouped under genus ficus. Okay, for animals, Panthera. So Panthera includes different species like lion, jaguar, leopard, tiger. So different species. So among animals, the lion, jaguar, leopard and tiger, they are closely linked. So they represent the genus Panthera. However, the genus Panthera differs slightly. It differs slightly from the genus Felis, from the genus Felis, which represents or which includes cats. Okay. Next rank or category is family. Now, when group of related genera, when the genera or the different genera, when they are grouped together, it constitutes the family. So So family is a group of related genera with less number of similarities. The similarities are very less as compared to the genus and species. Okay, one genus to another genus, or inside the genus, there the organisms which are there have more similarity than the organisms in the family. Okay, in the species the organisms have more similarity, in the genus the organisms have little less similarity than the species, and in the family the similarity is more, lesser compared to the genus. Okay, Now, this family, they are separable from genera of a related family by important differences in both vegetative and reproductive features. A family ends in a suffix, a plant family ends in a suffix ae, and a subfamily of a plant ends in oide, okay, ae, which is pronounced as a, and this is pronounced as oid, while the animal family has a suffix id, and subfamily inae. When we will do the examples, then this all will be familiar to you all. Now see the example of the family. Now the different citrus fruits, say for example lemon, oranges, and other citrus fruit, they are included in the family Rutaceae, okay, and the citrus fruits, they are included in the family Rutaceae, which is also known to be a citrus family of fruits, okay. Now see for another example in case of animals. In case of animals like tiger, like leopard, cats, all are included. They fall in the family Felidae. Okay, now one more thing to remember, that the cats and dogs, they have few similarities as well as dissimilarity. They have few dissimilarity as well as few similarities. Okay, still they are in different families. Cats are placed in a family Felidae and dogs are placed in a family Canidae. Remember this. Next taxonomical hierarchy is the order. So when related families are gathered together, it forms the order. Now order poses even lesser similarity. They possess similar correlated characteristics, and now the correlation are even lesser as compared to the family or a genera. Okay, I told you in the family that the number of closely related characteristics becomes lesser as we go higher up in the hierarchical system. Now, so this order causes the organisms in a particular order, they possess even lesser number of comparable characteristics. So say for example, butterflies and moth, okay, they both fall in the order Lepidoptera, and they are included in a different family. Moths are included in the family Tenidae, and butterflies are included in the family Papilionidae. Okay, they are included in a different family and the order is Lepidoptera. Both falls under the same order. Still they have the similarities between them are few and the dissimilarities are also few. Similarly, family like I told you Felidae, which is an order that includes cat and Panthera, and order Canidae, which includes dogs, they are grouped under family Carnivora. They are grouped under family Carnivora. I'm sorry. This will be family and this will be order. Okay, last before that we did about family. So family Felidae and family Canidae, they are grouped in order Carnivora. Okay. Another example. So here Felidae includes cats and Canidae includes dogs. Another example for plants, family Convolvulaceae, convolvulaceae. Please see the picture in the Google, Convolvulaceae, and family Solanaceae. Solanaceae is a potato family of plant. Brinjal, tomato, and potato are included in Solanaceae. Solanaceae, CEAE. They are included in the order Polymonales. Okay, this is an example for plant. Next, so you can see here in this picture that the carnivore include Canidae, which is dog, wolf and fox, Felidae, cat, leopard, tiger and lion, Ursidae, which includes bear, and Hyenidae, which includes hyena. Now order Polymonales includes Solanaceae family of plants, which includes potato and tomato, Convolvulaceae, which includes sweet potato and morning glory, and etc. Primates, which include Lemuridae, which include lemurs, and Cebidae and Hominidae. Okay, so these are included in the order primates. Now going to the next rank, class. Coming to the next rank is class. So when several orders that are related to each other are incorporated into class. Okay, several orders are grouped together to form a class. And say for example, if we study about class, say for example, order Primata, which comprises of monkey, gorilla and gibbon, they are placed in order Primata. Okay, and the order Carnivora, which includes tiger, cat and dog, which are under order Carnivora, see, we can see that they have few dissimilarities and similarities. Based on that, both of them, Primata and Carnivora, both are included under the class Mammalia. So see the example here. Say the example as I told you: monkey, gorilla and gibbon. Monkey, gorilla and gibbon, which are included under the order Primata, and Carnivora, which includes tigers, cats and dogs. Both of them are included in the class Mammalia. Okay, and what is class? Class is a group of related orders. The next category is the phylum or division. Now in this category what we see is that it consists of one or more related characteristics of the class. Okay, one or more class having similar characteristics are grouped into phylum. So this phylum is used for animals and the word division is used for plants. Okay, for example, if I will draw the example, look here. So animals like birds, fishes, mammals and reptiles, they all have a peculiar characteristics that there is a presence of notochord as well as the hollow neural nerve cord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, nerve cord, NERVE, dorsal hollow nerve cord, because of which they are put into phylum Chordata. Okay, due to the presence of the dorsal hollow nerve cord as well as notochord, these birds, fishes, mammals and reptiles, they are put into phylum Chordata. So this is for animals. Now for plants, so similarly all angiospermic plants, they are categorized under the division. So similarly all angiospermic plants, angiospermic plants plants, they are categorized under division Angiospermidae or Magnoliophyta. Okay, like animals were put into chordata, they are put into angiospermy or Magnoliophyta. Now kingdom is the highest rank or category. It is the highest rank or category. All animals are put into the kingdom Animalia. All animals are kept in the kingdom Animalia, and all plants are kept in the kingdom Plantae. Now, as there are so many species which are found on earth, so R.H. Whitaker, a scientist, he have assigned 5 kingdom classification of angiosperm, and this includes Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Okay, so 5 kingdom classification is we study till now, and remember that there are 7 taxonomic categories. There are 7 taxonomic categories, and the species is the one with the lowest rank. We are just revising species, then it goes the genus, then it's the family, then order, then phylum, and then kingdom. Okay, so going from the lowest rank to the highest rank, the number of similar characteristics decreases. So going from the lowest rank to the highest rank, the similar characteristics decreases. The number of similarity decreases. Okay, that is why there is a necessity to group the organisms into 5 kingdom classification, which includes Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia, which we will be studying in details in the next videos. So thank you. So if this video has helped you, please like it and subscribe the channels for more videos. Thank you. See you again.